All right, my name's Graham. We're here at SLE Equipment today here in Antioch, Tennessee. What we have here is a gasoline test kit. This is imperative, especially after the winter. You go out, you try to crank your mower up, it won't start. You just bought it last year, you think it's under warranty, so the first thing you want to do is run it to the service shop. We're going to save you some time here. These things, we use them on a daily basis here in our shop. I'd say at least 10 times a day. In today's world, gas is worse than it was 10, 15 years ago. We pay more for it. The quality is just not there anymore. Ethanol is detrimental to these machines. It will shut them down. They will not run off of it after it sits for a certain amount of time. It gums up your carburetor. It fills your fuel lines. It's just bad stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate on how to use these. And on the package, it really just states in perfect writing, check your fuel to avoid repairs and downtime. I mean, that's the best thing you can do. And I say again, that probably 80% of small engine work these days is fuel-related issues, especially with residential people. Commercial guys go out and tear their stuff up, and we get to swap a lot of parts for them, but most of the time it's fuel related issues. All right, so first there's a chart back here, and as you can see that says fresh, marginal. Most units will run on marginal. You add a little seafoam or a little mechanic in the bottle, you can get it cleaned out. And bad is just bad. If you hit the bad or marginal, I recommend you pulling all your fuel out, cleaning your bowl out. You may need to go ahead, change your spark plugs, clean your tank out, and start from scratch with fresh fuel. So we want to let this sit in here for about 10 seconds or so to get a true reading. Let it get wet, let it really soak into the swab. While it's doing this, let's talk about a few things. Your manufacturers, they are really good about warranting stuff that is their fault. But you have to understand, when you take your mower in, service shop tests the gas, it's full of bad gas. They're going to call you and they're going to say, hey, I can't cover this under warranty. And it's going to upset a lot of you. But the fact of the matter is there's no defect in craftsmanship, and there's no way the manufacturer is responsible because they didn't put this gas in your machine. You got it out of the pump. I've seen machines brand new. They go fill them up at the gas station down the road here. They bring them back the next day, say the machine won't run. We pull the tank full of bad gas, straight out of the tank. I don't know what the regulations are on a fuel truck. I do know that more than likely the guy that just delivered thousands of gallons of non-ethanol fuel may not have had his tanker empty from the last batch he just delivered that was full of ethanol. And if that sits in there over time, it's going to go bad just like it will in your fuel tank. And it's really important. I recommend at least once a month, go out and check your cans. If they test bad, dump them out. It's cheaper than a repair bill. Most labor shops, $70 to $120 an hour. And it takes a little while to get the carburetor clean, get the fuel lines blown out, fuel pump clean, all that. All right. We're going to pull this swab out. Now we let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. And it's going to tell us what we need to know. I like to put them up where they can breathe. They dry a little faster. Let's find a place here. There we go. If you see these, they're worth getting. They're not very expensive. And again, it can save you a lot of downtime. It can save you a repair bill if you're just a little bit mechanically inclined. And it'll save us a lot of hassle when we have to call you and tell you it's not under warranty. Bad gas can really destroy a machine. It really can. A lot of people come in, they think they're running on one cylinder because of a mechanical failure. They've run it on one cylinder and they're just now hearing it 2 or 3 weeks later, and they may have burned up a cylinder. That's a very costly bill. It takes some time. The parts are not cheap. Stuff like that. It gets in there and gums up the jets. there's sometimes just no way to get it clean. I don't care if you have an ultrasonic cleaner, if you have cleaner in a can, or if you have a bucket that you drop it into and rotate it. Sometimes it's just not going to work. It gums up. It can cause rust. I've seen carburetors rusted so bad that you could poke a hole in the bottom of them. You would think it wouldn't do that, but they do. And that's on machines less than a year old. You can already see it start to turn here, kind of to the beige. As it dries, it'll become completely brown. Let's see. Kind of rotate it. See, it hasn't even dried its full amount of time, and we're already in marginal. Ultimately, I would go ahead, call the customer. Hey, you said it'll turn over, or you can get it to fire, but it'll only run on choke, or it keeps shutting itself off. Hey, let's pull the gas out of here and pull this carburetor off and clean it. All right. Now, some of y'all aren't going to like to hear this, but it's not that hard. It does take time, but it's not that hard. And you're going to think, well, why do I get charged so much if it's not that hard? Well, time is money. Most of your mechanics get paid off of what they bill, and it does, like I say, take some time. So let's save yourself some time here. Say you've got a tank full of bad gas. You've tried to crank on it, couldn't get it to start. You've seen this video, you went and got some swabs and it tested bad. You want to pull all the fuel out of the system. The fuel lines, the fuel pump, the fuel tank. Go ahead, get you a new fuel filter, throw the old one away, and clean it top to bottom. You want every bit of that bad fuel out so your machine runs to the best of its ability. Hopefully, you buy a set of these. I know we have them here at SLE if you want to come pick some up, or go on our website and order some. They're very, very handy, and I highly recommend them. Thank you.